Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Here we go again. Another Macomb County candidate accused of not living where they say. Coming up, Local 4 is pulling documents to get to the bottom of it.
He was sitting on a local overpass threatening to jump until a local pastor got involved.
Do an old football move and fall over with him and wrestle him down.
The dramatic life-saving rescue and what he told the man moments after it happened.
And a community comes together tonight to remember one of the 31 lives lost during 2 mass shootings. Classmates, teachers, and loved ones gathered in Texas to pay tribute to a 15-year-old boy killed inside a Texas Walmart. Javier
Rodriguez was shot and killed while he was shopping for back-to-school supplies at that Walmart. 21 others also were killed in the shooting. The suspect in the case later told investigators he set out to kill as many Mexicans as he could. They are also mourning in Dayton, Ohio tonight as police there try to figure out the motive of a man who shot and killed 9 people, and that included his sister. 2 communities, 31 deaths, back-to-back mass shootings just hours apart.
I don't know how we deal with evil. I don't have a textbook for dealing with evil other than the Bible. I'm sorry. We're going to go through this.
Hug your kids and love them. Because you don't know in America now, when they leave, they may not come back.
And tonight, the White House announced President Trump is going to travel to both Dayton and El Paso in the next few days. Governor Whitmer has ordered flags here to be lowered to honor the victims. She also released a statement on social media, and it reads in part, "The gun lobby has sold the American people a false narrative that you have to pick one of 2 sides when it comes to gun laws. The reality is that we can both recognize the rights guaranteed to us by the Second Amendment and work to prevent gun violence." Part of Gretchen Whitmer's statement tonight. Ahead here on Local 4 News, Metro Detroiters react to the mass shootings and how it's changed their lives. Kim.
A local pastor is crediting divine intervention for his life-saving rescue on a 696 overpass in Oakland County. Video shows the moment he pulls a man to safety that was threatening to jump. Jermont Terry is live along 696 near Southfield Road with more on this story. Jermont, good evening.
Good evening, Kimberly. We've probably all been behind the wheel and taken a double take when we've seen something. But what this pastor noticed along this overpass behind me forced him to do more than just look. Pastor Maurice Hardwick, he's known for being an activist in the community. But this afternoon, he was fighting for life.
I missed my exit, and God set me up with one more exit to turn around.
As Pastor Maurice Hardwick tried circling back to get on 696 near Southfield, he yelled to his wife.
He was like, "Oh my God, it's somebody, did you see that person on the bridge?" And I'm like, "I didn't see the person."
So Hardwick rushed to get back to the overpass. He was determined to save a young man preparing to jump onto the busy freeway below.
And so when I pulled up and got behind me, he was looking. We all got out at the same time.
Hardwick's wife pulled out her phone after dialing 911 first.
They said that they had already been called, so they were already on the way.
They feared waiting wasn't an option.
He wouldn't respond to us. He said not one word. He didn't even raise his head when we called him. So I knew then he was locked in.
So they came up with a plan to get one driver to strike up a conversation and watch as Hardwick slowly crept close enough to pull the person contemplating suicide. Once on the ground, the young man struggled.
No.
He was saying, "I don't want to live. I don't want to be here anymore. Let me go."
Police arrived, hopefully to provide the help needed. Hardwick walked away limping.
I just was not willing to watch this take place on my watch.
But he and his wife admit they feared for his own safety.
Both of them could have gone over, so I just started praying. I did all that I knew to do was to pray.
And tonight, the pastor and his wife, they are both praying that this individual gets the help that he needs. We should point out, they were not even supposed to be over this overpass. You heard him mention, Kimberly, that he missed his exit. And when he missed that exit, he saw that man hanging over, and that's when he did what he did today. Reporting live, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
Pastor Mo said divine intervention. I believe that was exactly what it was. Okay, Jermont, thank you.
Tonight, another Macomb County candidate under fire and accusations that they don't live where they say they do. This coming out of the Warren City Council race. It's actually far from the only accusation flying in this race. Jason Colthorpe has been talking with both candidates tonight who, by the way, do not have to worry about tomorrow's primary. Jason?
No, they sure don't, because they're the only two guys on the ballot, Devin, although in November they will have to face a couple of write-in candidates in this race for what was Robert Bacamino's seat, but he was unexpectedly term limited after that very big court decision. Now, with this case, let's just say the mudslinging has been so rampant, these two guys might be in danger of wearing out their pitching arms before November. The two candidates for Warren City Council's 5th District are not pulling any punches when talking about the other guy.
Mentally unstable.
His criminal record, which is vast.
Things have been heating up between Jerry Bell and Eddie Kabaczynski, but they really boiled over July 24th after a city council meeting in the parking lot, which led each of them to file police reports.
I just basically told him, you exposed your hand. You're a closet racist. And that was it. And he took off after me.
Pointing at me within inches of my face, to me that's a threat, okay? I'm trying to get him to move away. So I start to walk away, and he's pursuing me.
Now the biggest accusation of all from Bell, that Kabaczynski doesn't live at the address on Hudson Avenue that he put on his signed affidavit. So we looked into it.
Now, why would your water usage be next to nothing?
I can explain that.
A water usage report obtained by Local 4 shows zero water usage between April and July of this year.
We just got these cards in the mail saying about we might have lead service lines. I have actually started using the gallon water that I buy from Aldi, and I also drink bottled water. I use it, the regular tap water for bathing, and just for general cleaning around the house.
Oh, and Kabaczynski's accusation that Bell is a convicted felon? True.
It was being of an automobile. I did the time, and I moved on. I wanted to better myself, and here we are today.
Kabaczynski, in fact, is telling voters about Bell's several run-ins with the law. Only one, though, we were able to confirm, a 2009 arrest for assaulting, resisting, and obstructing an officer, 3 counts that were all eventually dismissed. Bell, by the way, plans to take the claims that Kabaczynski doesn't live where he says to the Election Commission tomorrow. Devin?
Well, Jason, the water usage report was what ended up being the undoing of former Macomb County Clerk Karen Spranger.
It's exactly what it was. And how's this for, by the way, for an extreme coincidence? The Hudson house was on, in the question here, Spranger's house in question was on Hudson. And of course, the house we're talking about here for Kabaczynski also on Hudson.
Wow.
We'll see where this investigation leads.
Yeah. All right, Jason, again, that city council race in Warren will not be decided tomorrow. There are several races, though, in Warren, though, that are going to be on the ballot for the primary election. Voters will be picking 2 candidates from a group of 9 for November's mayoral election. Also picking which city council candidates in 3 districts will make it to the November ballots. In Bloomfield Township, there is a public safety millage. And on the ballot in Birmingham is a $57 million parking bond proposal for downtown. That's been the source of some conversation there. We'll have results all night tomorrow on clickondetroit.com and here on Local 4 News at 11.
A disgruntled former employee breaks into his old job in Utica, but it doesn't go as planned. Police say security video shows Barry Nelson trying to break into the safe inside Utica Renall. He uses multiple tools to crack the safe. When that doesn't work, he grabs a forklift to break the safe, sending debris everywhere. Nelson spent 2 hours inside but left empty-handed. He's facing life in prison for the crime. A former UAW president entangled in a corruption scandal will spend more than a year in federal prison. Norwood Jewell is sentenced to 15 months behind bars for conspiracy to violate federal labor laws. The feds say he lived a lavish lifestyle by using credit cards meant to cover training expenses for union members. Jewell is expected to report to prison January 1st, and the feds hint they're investigating other top UAW officials for corruption.
A public viewing for long-serving Oakland County Executive L. Brooks Patterson is going to be held tomorrow in Waterford. Visitation scheduled from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Conference Center of the L. Brooks Patterson building on Pontiac Lake Road. Patterson was elected Oakland County Executive in 1992 after spending 16 years as the county's prosecutor. Of course, he died over the weekend after a battle with pancreatic cancer. The funeral is scheduled for next Thursday. And both of the events, both the visitation and the funeral, are open to the public.
Still to come, a bus driver is arrested along her route.
What she's accused of doing to one of her passengers that put her in jail.
And a group shuts down traffic while doing stunts and setting off fireworks, where it keeps happening, putting drivers in danger. Hi, Ben.
Kim, storms are still going strong across central portions of the state. They're on their way here. We'll tell you what time to expect them next.
All right, Ben, but first, mass shootings are on the rise, having an impact on communities all over the country.
That feeling of helplessness can be a real impact on a person.
Metro Detroiters reacting to the 2 mass shootings in Texas and Ohio and how gun violence is changing our everyday lives. Next.
Scam alert from vacation rentals to college apartments. These scammers are stealing big deposits and leaving you with no place to stay. We have the warning signs and Tasty Tuesday month of food trucks tomorrow at 6 a.m.
The defenders get results. Karen Drew exposed potential danger on our roads.
A guardrail pierced her car and she was killed instantly. My dad was dead on arrival.
Defenders have learned these guardrails are used in the state, most of them right here in Metro Detroit.
And other states have had issues.
And the state decided to take action. The Local 4 defenders know how to get results.
Because your moments matter.
Need something investigated? Contact the defenders.